Hi travelers, Tara here, Hidden Lotus Tarot. Today is January 17th, 2017, and I'm coming to you with a general reading for Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Please keep in mind that this is a general reading and the messages will not resonate with everyone. In order to gain specific insight into your situation requires a personal reading. I do readings 6 days a week. My turnaround time is between 48 to 72 hours. If you think you'd like to book a reading with me, you can simply click on one of the banners that appears in the right-hand corner. That will take you directly over to the website. I do ask if you'd like to book a reading, you go to the tab that says important information on booking. Please read that first before you actually book and or make a payment, because that'll explain a lot of things to you. Welcome new subscribers. Thank you old subscribers for sticking with me into 2017. It is much appreciated. I'm going to be bringing you some new things this year. Please know, I think some of you were probably under the impression that I did not post any December monthly videos. Individuals, I did. They are listed in the December playlist, so you might want to go back and take a look at those. Let's see. We are under the tail end of the Mercury direct. We have a direct shadow phase that lasts until January 28th. And on the same day, we will be having the new moon in Aquarius. We had the full moon on January 12th in Cancer. We are under the auspices of Jupiter in Libra. This is about partnerships, relationships, opportunities, expansions, growth. Jupiter in Libra can bring about multiple relationships at the same time. Some good, some not so good. It is not just about romantic relationships, because the 7th house is also about business relationships. It is simply about partnerships in all ways, shapes, and forms. Okay? We still have Uranus in Aries. We also have Mars in Capricorn, Saturn in Sagittarius. The Sun is in Capricorn for a few more days. I'm not sure if Mercury is there now or if it's still in Sagittarius. Well, anyway, if it's in Capricorn, Mercury wants you to follow the rules. So does Mars, wants you to follow the rules. It's not going to be playing with no funny business, because Capricorn is all about order and structure. It is ruled by Saturn. And Saturn wants you to get your shit straight. Okay? Strong foundations. Now, here we go. Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising, January 2017. Again, general reading. Uh-oh. Well, there's Uranus, the Tower. There's Mercury. 7 of Wands. Queen of Swords. 2 of Pentacles. 7 of Cups. The Death card. The 6 of Swords. And the 10 of Pentacles. Underneath the deck, I have the 6 of Pentacles. So right away in the spread itself, I have 2 7s. Now, 2 7s normally speak of false friends, warns of false friends. 7s are also about internal conflicts. This is something that's going on within yourself that you can't seem to rectify. You're having a difficult time with it. It can be about obviously having a lot of different either things going on or viewpoints coming in or lots of projects on the table. With the Cups, it can speak to not knowing what's the right thing to do, what's the right direction, which is the right choice to make. We start out with this Uranus with the Tower card. And the Tower card is sudden, unexpected things happening. And I think for some of you, Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising, this is some event that came through quite suddenly and unexpectedly. It's not always a negative event. It could be something as minor as, you know, your car broke down on the way to work. Well, the reason why your car broke down is because you didn't, maybe you skipped the maintenance, or you heard that knocking noise and you didn't quite pay any attention to it. So, you just kind of went on about your business. So maybe that's why the card broke down. But whenever the Tower comes in, it is literally about something that crumbles or falls apart or changes quite suddenly, but mostly because it was not built on something solid. It can also be about a eureka moment. And the reason why I say that is because we have the lightning tower. This is known as La Sagita in the old deck. The arrow. And you can see Uranus does rule lightning, electrical storms, sudden, quick, unexpected changes. And this can sometimes be like the Archimedes, Eureka. This is you, all of a sudden something hitting you, a bolt out of the blue, and suddenly you come up with this brilliant idea, or suddenly the answer that you've been struggling looking for suddenly arrives like a bolt out of the blue. Now, in one respect, I feel that this, for some of you, the Magician is ruled by Mercury, and we know that Mercury has gone direct. So for some of you, maybe this is receiving unexpected news quite suddenly now that Mercury has gone direct, and you may be struggling with whatever this message, the contents, or what the implication or what the consequence is, or what it is you should be doing now that you have this. You're a little confused. Maybe you this is the last thing that you needed. It shows up, and I typically, whenever I see this card, it says to me that you are in a better place than what you realize. Why do I say that? Because he's standing on a hill, and all of these other things are coming up at him, and he's just got his stick and he's trying to beat it back. And the reason why I know something sudden came through, that guy's got on two different shoes. He's got on a boot. I don't know if you can see that. He's got on one boot and one small shoe. So it's literally like something came out of the blue, and you just had to jump up right quick and put your running shoes on. Okay? Now, for others of you, this may not have happened yet because we are still under that shadow phase, that direct shadow phase. Okay? Now, I can see here that, again, something else came along quite suddenly. Now, the Queen of Swords she's known as a divorcee card. I don't think that's a very fair interpretation of the Queen of Swords. But she's basically somebody who's going to give it to you, no nonsense. Okay, she does rule communications and truth and rationalization. If not an air sign individual, then she will be someone who may be a doctor, a lawyer, not a doctor, a dentist, a surgeon, a police officer, in the military. She will work in publishing, editing, anything to do with the spoken, written word, media, communications, that sort. Whatever this thing is that comes with this particular Queen of Swords, we can see that it not only brought about an ending, but a complete and utter sudden transformation of a situation. Okay? That's what the Death card represents. In effect, she's holding like the sword of truth. Okay, so whatever this in the past, whatever this thing was, it really just kind of brought everything to a halt. It's like you suddenly, you flick the light switch on and you go, aha. Okay, and then you take everything that's in your closet and you just throw it out. You're making space for something new. Now, the Magician represents someone who has the ability and the capacity to create reality with his own mind. In other words, what is real for you and what you need in order to get about in your reality is not always going to match someone else's perception of reality. But that card can also be about trickery and sleight of hand and somebody who's doing things for show and display. We see that this Queen is inviting some kind of truth in. And the Two of Coins, which represents Jupiter in Capricorn, this is about either something that has been a continuous issue, something that we're juggling, that we're doing. It could be about our finances. You know, we're just trying to maintain our finances here. There's some financial instability, but we're doing okay. But then we have these ships on the bottom in the back, and this can indicate some type of emotional imbalance as well. This could also be about maybe you're having to take a trip and you got to figure out how you're going to do whatever it is, because that's what the coins represent. They represent the practicality or the actual doing of the work. Well, shit, I got all of these things here that I'm trying to do. I'm trying to maintain my balance, and now I got to take a trip. Okay. This could be about maybe you wanting to move and not having your finances are all of a sudden out of balance. And so here's this confusion. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do, you know. But this card can also be about fantasies and illusions. And this could even be saying, these two sevens here, really that it's kind of illusory that you have more things than you can handle, or it's kind of illusory that someone's trying to block you or thwart you in some way, or interrupt you in terms of what you have to do. The 7 wands and the 7 cups. Cups represent emotions, but I look at the wands as well as an emotional component, because it is about your fighting spirit, your desire, and your ambition and your passion. I can see that we have the 6 of Swords, and the 6 of Swords is representative of psychologically moving away from a situation, if not literally. So here, maybe this is about you finally done figured out, boom, you got the idea. It hit you like lightning. You got the idea. Now I got to figure out really, how am I going to balance this out so I can do. Why? Because it's time for me to move. I have to leave this situation. I have to go. Okay? I have to. And this is about leaving a kind of a chaotic or bad situation and going to a better situation. Okay? And we can see that this is a change. This is what the Death card says. This is a transformation of whatever this situation is. And you are being led to move away from that. Now, we're sailing into the 10 of Pentacles here. And the 10 of Pentacles is about things that are built up over time. It is about having enough to go around, to share with everybody. It is about generational money. Perhaps for some of you, someone passed away and has left you an inheritance. Okay. And now you don't know what to do. You know that you could use the damn money. Okay. Yeah, that maybe you've been struggling financially for such a long time, but now this has to come to an end, because this card can be about struggles and just having to do whatever it is that you know you need to do in order to keep everything afloat. This death or this passage is indeed is designed to help you move into a place of long-term security. If this is not about, let's say you're single and you don't have any kids or a wife, and someone, a relative of yours, passed away and they left you, you know, an inheritance of some sort, then this is designed to put you in a place where you do have enough to go around. And maybe that's what this 6 of Pentacles is. Well, now you have enough where, am I going to be charitable with that? Am I going to help different organizations? Am I going to tithe to my church? Am I going to give to the ASPCA? Am I going to give to the local homeless shelter? Am I going to give money to the local library to help them buy more children's books? So that's what this card can also represent. There's a whole bunch of confusion surrounding this sudden ending here. The Tower, the 7 of Cups, and the Death card. And it also says that whatever this situation was that came about and caused all of this confusion, it is now ending or trying to end. Now, what this is saying is that the 7 of Wands over to the Queen of Swords to the 10 of Pentacles could literally be that now you have had to go, because sometimes she can be about a counselor, like a judge or a lawyer. So now you're having to fight with a whole bunch of people. Maybe you've been left, one person has been left the money by the dead uncle. And now all of the other family members are in there trying to fight. And there's a huge fight going on over this Ten of Pentacles, this legacy. And that's really what that card represents. It's a legacy card. Let's take a look here. You know, and this is about that Six of Pentacles is all about, you know, trying to balance out how you give and how you receive. You know, maybe nobody has come along and helped you do anything. And all they've ever done when you did try to help them was take and take and take from you. Now you have an opportunity to do something. So you want to take a look at that. You know, or maybe you've been on the other end where all you've done is take and take and take from somebody. And now you have this opportunity to give back. Well, what are you going to do? You need to balance that out. Because as we can see, one person is getting everything and another person's getting, and somebody else is getting nothing. Now, if this is about a romantic relationship, we see that something suddenly comes into, because the twos are about balance and harmony. This is about juggling and multitasking. So something that happened that kind of threw things a little bit out of balance. Being out of balance is not necessarily sometimes being out of inharmonic. If that makes any sense to you. I don't even know if that makes any sense. I'm not. I don't know what my guides are trying to tell me, but what we see is that there's a sudden accumulation. Now I'm going to read, because just in case, this is kind of also reading like it might be reversed. I don't read reversed cards because, as you can see, we have the two sevens. False friends, lies, and deception. So then who's the magician? Is it just an energy? As above, so below? I'm going to read on this because it's giving me two messages. Yes, look at. The disgrazia, an extremely misfortunate event. The consolante sorpresa, someone trying to figure out how they're just going to accept it. Well, it wasn't really exactly what I was expecting or what I wanted, but okay, I'll accept that. And someone giving great thought to that. This could literally be someone who has put their trust and their faith in perhaps their friends, their family, definitely people that they thought they could trust, and that not quite going, perhaps it not being appreciated. Let's see what the Death card is speaking about, because this could be about an inheritance. And the 10 is changing to an ace. So whatever this situation, this is the end of it, and there's going to be a new opportunity. The coins simply represent the practicality of doing the work. Is it an opportunity to take a new path, to do something different? Okay. But we can see there's a lot of confusion and a lot of, I don't know, maybe finger pointing here. You know, and sometimes this is about having to do things that other people just don't agree with. It requires you sometimes to be defiant. And it's almost like the card is saying that whatever this situation, this tower represents, whatever it is, this is kind of like what you're having to do. And maybe now that you're standing up for yourself, people's true nature is starting to come out. Maybe there's been a lot of arguments and fights. What card did I say? The Death card. Well, we're speaking to the end of the Gran Signore. Now, I don't know if the Gran Signore, this is literally speaking about someone, an elder or a leader of some sort. who may have literally passed away at this particular, perhaps unexpectedly so. And with an eye to the future, okay? And perhaps whatever the eye to the future was, there was some sadness and disappointment with it. It could be that maybe the individual, if they passed, whomever they left this inheritance to, if they left one, they kind of knew that it was going to create problems for them. Okay. It's kind of a weird card. Those are 3 weird cards to come out. Because the Gran Signore is the Lord of the Manor. He is the man of high society. The one that people look up to and respect. Maybe he had something unfinished that he wanted to get done. He passed away before he could finish up whatever his plans were. We see that he has an eye to the future. But at the same time, his back is faced this way. So we see that whatever the change is, it is going in the same direction as death. Yes? Let's look at this Tower card. Uh-oh. Let's look at the Tower card here. I don't know how the cards are. Are they right side up, wrong side? I don't know. Hold on one second. Okay. Let's see here. You know, almost none of the readings that I've done thus far have people really been presenting. Like I would expect to see something that represents Cancer in here, but no, these are situational issues, and I think the reason why that is we've got that Uranus going direct. It's changing things. It's changing relationships. So it's not speaking to me about it's speaking about situation. This is situational energy that are changing the dynamic of relationships, if not actual relationships themselves. So the Lecherezza, this is a card of sensitivity, of tact, of lightness. It could also be irritability. So we're going to assume that this card says that this was a sudden change in the way somebody felt. That has caused a collapse in the conversation. See, the Tower says that it's not built on a firm foundation, okay? And a friendship, the collapse of a friendship, or at least a relationship of trust. But at the same time, because this can also be a eureka moment, this could be also saying that suddenly somebody sees that this has been a relationship of trust all along. But yet there's still some component to struggle and illusions, delusions, or fantasies, daydreams. Let's take a look at this. I'm going to put 2 cards on, 3 cards on the 2 sevens here. House card flew out. Now I'm going to put it back in, and I'm going to, if it comes out again, then it's meant to be there. This is a weird spread. Almost every spread that I put down, it's been kind of a disjointed. I'm not really getting, and you know, that's a lot of times that's what happens when Mercury is still in direct. It's gathering more information, so it's only giving me glimpses and pieces and bits, and they're not coming together cohesively. Somebody may completely understand this story. It ain't making a damn bit of sense to me. I don't necessarily need to know about this, this spread, I don't recognize this situation in my own personal life. So that means that it's not a message for me. But as a reader, I feel that I'm missing something that you Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Risings out there may need to know. That's just me. That's not something I can change. I have accepted that I'm not supposed to understand everything that I see. That's just the way it works. But at the same time, that Virgo part of me is like, man, I know I'm missing something. I'm missing something. And it is that dogged determination to get to whatever that something is, and not being able to. That is what is bugging me. And of course, I have Virgo, Sun, Gemini, Moon, so I'm ruled by Mercury. And right now, I'm under the effects of the Mercury direct shadow phase. So that could be why. I really feel as though I'm missing something here. Dinari, money, security, safety. Falsita on top of the 2 7s. Holy smokes. Holy smokes. What is this telling me? And there's the Kaza. There is some kind of deception here. And I'm not exactly sure if it is a family deception. There's some kind of deception here, but the implication with the 2 7s of false friends, it warns of false friends. And then we have the falsita come out on the top of this. There's definitely money here. There's property here. You know, this very well could be, it doesn't read like a divorce. It might be literally that there's been the death of someone in the family. And this individual, there's a lot of chaos surrounding everything the person owned. Perhaps the whole group. Maybe people are, their true colors are starting to come out. You know, inheritances and money can make people act very, very ugly. Let me see if I'm going to give you 2 interpretations of this 2 7s. This is just really odd to me. Where are 2? I don't think I have 2 7s here. Oh, yes, I do. It's right here. Now, the 2 7s also say in one aspect, self-confidence issues may cause instability in the relationship. Well, here. Then that would give a different meaning to these 3 cards. That would change the whole meaning of the bottom row. And that would mean that someone has decided not to, they have ended their search, so to speak, or they're not interested. Maybe this person showed up like a lightning bulb. I don't know. I don't know. Well, I just read cards. I don't know. You know, this would have to go back to, as I say, it would have to go back to a personal reading for me to understand. And I'm going to stop trying to delve down into it anymore because obviously, yes, it says 2 spreads appearing in a spread together warns of false friends. So there you have it. I guess this could play out in any way. I'm going to pull an angel answer card. Please formulate a question in your mind. Whatever question was not answered with this spread. If this spread didn't even speak to you and you have a question you want to ask, perhaps the angel answer cards will give you some advice. Well, there you have it. Meditation brings the answer. Maybe that's what I need to do, huh? All right, Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising. That's what I have for you. And until next time, namaste.